Hello, everybody. So it appears that James, whatever, has hidden on his other channel called Uh-Oh Bro, and he has decided to upload. I thought he was going to, take a day, but, he can't stay away from the internet. We all know this. So, Lion Greggy Boy has put up a video called Preach, and at least that's the title of it for now. Um, so we will check out what he has to say and dissect it and hopefully have a like counter. Maybe he has a like counter, who knows. But it's called Preach. So let's get into this. It's about 10 minutes long. So, the drill.
So, I want you guys to understand a little bit about what it's like to, I don't know, I think a lot of you get it, but what is it like to have a state of empty feeling? What I mean by this is like, let's say that
Okay, stop with your pseudo-intellectual bullshit.
someone runs around saying the sky is falling. Like they're just obsessed with this idea that doom and gloom is real, worst case scenario, awful, the world's going to end, yada, yada, yada. And let's say everybody believes that the world is going to end, doom and gloom, yada, yada, yada. Like, for instance, a long time ago, people said that James Charles was an absolute monster, and then it turned out James Charles wasn't actually quite the monster that people painted him to be, and that people were just doing things for money or attention, whatever. But people in that instance, they didn't need to hear anything except for one person's statement, and then they immediately jumped
Wow. James Charles is a douchebag.
to horrible conclusions about James Charles, and then James Charles was officially canceled on Twitter and whatnot. Is this a friendly or an enemy? I'm gonna say enemy. I think I just killed. I don't know. Anyway, so James Charles, enemy of the world. Everybody hates him. Just at the time. He later on released a video explaining everything with receipts and whatnot. And that's because he felt like people were actually worth his time. What's interesting, though, is like when James Charles was accused of the things he actually decided to pander and give everybody exactly what they wanted. He was forced into a position. Firstly, he like started crying on camera and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
And then he actually wound up making this whole organized statement about what really happened. And, you know, a lot of apologies came his way because people, again, jumped to conclusions without hearing both sides of the story. People said the sky was falling, turned out it was just a lying a-hole. So what I'm saying is like, basically,
But here's the thing. Nobody else is lying about you.
people have you hostage. Like, if you're a person
Oh dear God, he's pulling a bullshit where he was trying to say that that alimony is like slavery. What a moron.
who just wants privacy, who doesn't want to talk about it, who goes through something traumatic or horrible, it's too bad. Until you tell your side of the story, it's game over. You're done.
But here's the thing. You don't tell your side of the story. You go off and you lie, you get irate, and you get belligerent. There's a difference here.
You're dead. And that's how people treated James Charles or even Johnny Depp until people actually either go to courts or release a whole video, again, pandering to the drama crowd. You are a POS, open and closed. Nobody
Take a shot when he says open and close.
cares about anything else. So people can scream the sky is falling all the time, and they are believed instantaneously. And
That's not how it works, Greg.
the problem with this is there's no accountability. There's no actual justice system involved. It's just say something mean.
Really? You're gonna go with the whole say something mean? Oh my god.
And boom, you're done.
Stop with this pseudo-intellectual preachy bullshit.
That poor guy, he was like burning to death. That's sad. And what's weird is nobody sees how sadistic people can be, like dancing around, enjoying someone else's suffering. This is all indicative of someone who is
Whatever.
vindictive. Like if you see someone laughing at someone else's pain, if you see someone dancing and someone else is clearly suffering, that's probably a sign that this person might be someone you wouldn't want to lie yourself with, because if you were
Wow, dude. Just stop. Shut up, man.
ever at odds with, say, someone like Tati or whatever her name is, and she seems to be enjoying your suffering as she seemed to be very satisfied with herself when she was trashing James Charles. I don't know why you would want to ever associate with that person, considering she would do the same to you. It's very odd that we have so many people who don't see the cues from people who are clearly malicious, people who are clearly vindictive. They don't see it. They don't.
So you think because that nobody is taking your side in this whole thing, you think that they're all vindictive and that they're all assholes and just whatever comes to your mind on this whole story. However, you have chosen not to come out and say your side, although albeit you lie about it constantly. So yeah.
See something wrong with someone being extremely sadistic when someone else suffers. Now, not too long ago, I released a bunch of fake videos where I was pretending to be having a mental breakdown. There's like, what, 30 videos? It was so many. Where I would pour kombucha on my head, where I pretend I pooped on my back, where I pretend I peed myself and stuff. Obvious stuff that's like obviously fake. But people fell for it, and even in the videos themselves, I literally said this is fake. In the videos, while I'm having a meltdown, I'm saying this is fake. No,
No, you're not.
this is real. And on my live streams, I also said this is fake. None of this is real. And
We know this, Greg. Get to the point.
people still acted like I was trying to sell you something. And it was weird because it's like, how many times do I need to say something's fake? How many times do I need to pretend to puke and pretend to poop on my own back and stuff like that for you guys to get it? But it was really a eye-opening experience in the sense that I realized that people will believe anything.
No, you said the reason that you stopped was because your family was worried about you. That's why you said you stopped. But we all know the real reason why you stopped.
So long as it follows their narrative.
It follows your narrative. Take a shot when he says follow the narrative. Jesus Christ.
And their narrative was gaslight, gaslight, gaslight. Onision is a total nut job.
Well, you are a total nut job. That's not gaslighting, you fucking nitwit.
So because it followed their narrative, they said this is real. That or I'm just the most amazing actor in the
You're not an actor. You fucking suck at it.
history of humanity. You can't have it both ways. And it's crazy to me when I look at this, and I feel like everyone's lost their mind because you have, hello, how are you, sir? Nice to meet you. Kaboom. But you have all this obvious sadistic and malicious and vindictive behavior,
Blah,
and yet
blah,
people
blah.
are allying with that. They're like acting like this is cool, this is okay, when really you're talking.
Well, here's the thing, though. You're not cool. You're not okay. Everything that you've done, you deserve. You deserve everything that's happening to you. So what you did to Sarah, what you did to Billy, what you did to Shiloh, dude. If you have more than one person that is saying these things about you, and they all line up, when the story lines up, it does seem a little weird when you try to come out and say that, oh, well, they're all a bunch of liars, so you're believing them. That's not how it works.
Talking about people who will do exactly that to you if you're ever at odds. They will laugh at your pain. They will act like you aren't a human being and that you can't have feelings, only they can have
Okay, enough with the human being crap. Okay? Enough. Enough.
feelings. And what's weird is you have another situation where somebody wants to play both roles. You have people who want to say that they are good people, right? They want to say they're good people. The viewers of my fake freakout videos, they want to say, oh yeah, we're the heroes. This
Oh, yeah? Who?
guy's the villain, right? But the confusing thing is, when do you ever see the villain crying and the hero laughing at the villain as he cries or dancing to the villain's crying? It
Who?
just doesn't make any sense. But nobody seems to see this. They don't realize that they are a villain. Because
Wow. So everybody's a bad guy except you.
only a villain in anything, any scenario ever, only a villain would laugh at someone else's crying. Only a villain would dance to someone
Like you did when you filmed your ex having a seizure and not calling 911?
else's crying. Yet none of you seem to see that because you guys are unwittingly the villains.
See? His pseudo-intellectual crap doesn't work.
When you are
Oh no! I'm a villain? Greg! Greg! How dare you? I thought I was a human being too! Oh no! So only you're the hero in this story. What a fucking dumbass.
Sadistic, that is an exclusively villainous trait. You can never say Superman swooped down, punched someone in the face, and as they cried, chuckled to himself and said, "You're pathetic. Hashtag canceled." You know, like, that would never happen because that's not what people who are on the good side of morality
Oh my god.
do. That's what people who are sick and twisted do. So, you got this huge unintentional social experiment. I wasn't doing a social experiment, but it turned out I learned a lot about society. You got this social experiment, and I realized y'all are just messed up. And I know it's amazingly ironic because the whole premise was that I was messed up. But it turns out you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
No. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. You were never a good person, Greg. Never.
And it looks like that's what you guys did. The same thing you did with James Charles. You guys tried to play hero, saying James Charles is some kind of person who preys on people. Remember that? And trying to say Johnny Depp was some kind of
No.
person who preys on people. You guys tried to be judge and executioner, and it wound up blowing up in your face. So what I'm saying is, in all this,
Here's the thing, though. It hasn't done it to you. See, here's the thing. You're a fake. You're a phony. You're a fraud. You're a liar. So we don't believe anything you say.
is that when you have a bunch of people who are obviously sadistic and obviously only want to hear their narrative and
Like you.
obviously really just don't deserve any kind of statements or anything like that that would make someone seem whatever they are, whatever the truth is.
That makes no sense.
You just feel like, why give them the time? You feel like you want these people to continue to believe their absolutely absurd narrative because they obviously don't even have a credibility system for what they will and won't believe. They'll believe anything. They'll believe anything they want to. So you're sitting
Blah, 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 blah.
here going, why doesn't Johnny Depp make a video in front of everybody saying why he didn't allegedly abuse anyone? And it's because Johnny Depp knows that you handle things legally. You don't handle things with a bunch of teenagers on
Oh, shut the fuck up.
social media. It's the most immature and ridiculous thing to do. Because you're talking about, oh guys, please don't sacrifice my popularity. Please don't dislike me. What would I do if people didn't like me? So instead, everybody gravitates towards the people dancing and laughing to other people's suffering, acting.
You're not suffering, you fucking dumb shit. You're reveling in this. You're enjoying this. That's all you are. You are a sadistic, pathetic creep who preys on people and has a fucking pseudo-intellectual bullshit. You're like Brian in Family Guy. At least Brian is likable.
Like those people are the heroes, which is the most absurd, ridiculous thing I think I've ever seen on the internet. It just doesn't happen. The only people who ever dance and laugh at someone else's suffering are villains. So, I know what side I'm on. I'm on the Johnny Depp team, the
Whatever.
handle everything the mature, responsible adult way.
Bullshit. If you were handling things in a mature, adult, responsible way, maybe you would actually, talk to Chris Hansen. But you know what? You won't.
Not the sit in front of a camera and pander to a bunch of drama queens and monetize my own or someone else's suffering. I'm not
Well, here's the thing. I'm not monetized right now, so fuck up.
interested in that.
How are those copyright claims that you're supposedly getting from me? Are they making you any money?
I'm absolutely
Illegally copyright claiming people?
interested in monetizing my fake suffering and tricking everyone into thinking that I actually like pouring kombucha on myself when I'm
You obviously did it, so you obviously must like it.
angry. Which is, again, how could you fall for that? That's the dumbest thing I think I've... Like, come on.
Nobody fell for it.
You think that someone actually would pour kombucha on their head when they're
Yeah, and you probably would.
upset. Really. Have you ever seen that happen in the history of your entire life?
I've seen some other things about it, but yeah.
Somebody goes, you know what? You didn't freaking put the keys where they belong in the house. Ah, I'm a poor
Don't do it.
booch on my head. Nobody does that, you guys. Yet you couldn't see that because you wanted so desperately to believe that this person's a psychopath
You are a psychopath. There's a difference.
and not someone who's made a billion fun with Onisions where he's dumped things on his head in the past. And that's why I just don't want to give anyone the time of day.
All right, whatever.
That's why I don't want to talk to people because I've never encountered more stupidity in my life than with these videos and seeing how people react to them.
So this is the entire point of this video, is to call everybody stupid and that you're the smartest person in the room. You would fall for a magician's tricks.
We're talking grown men coming to me going, "Oh, you're homeless? Of course I'm not homeless. Are you kidding? Oh, you're getting a divorce? Of course I'm not getting a divorce. Are you kidding? You're ridiculous. You're absolutely ridiculous." And you only thought this because you
So what? Are you married or are you not married? Are you what are you? You never tell anybody the truth, Greg. Mr. Most Honest YouTuber, tell the fucking truth.
thought that I was that person. But I will enjoy 2020 because it'll be a series, knock on wood, of me proving you wrong about
Well, try it. Go on Chris Hansen's show and prove everybody wrong.
everything you believe. The right way, not the YouTube high school drama way where I collect a check for telling you my sob story.
Right. Nobody believes you, Greg, okay? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. He's basically just, being pseudo-intellectual and believes he's always correct and talking out of his ass as usual. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace out, y'all.